Deputy Leader. Yesterday morning, the Women of Honour were interviewed on RTE Morning Ireland, and they set out very clearly their opposition to what's going on with respect to the drafting of terms of reference for an investigation into the allegations, and I stress the word allegations, that were brought forward by the Independent Review Group. It appears to me now that we have a woke culture of civil service and politicians coming together to ensure that they get an inquiry that delivers the outcome they want, not the outcome that's required. The cowardly act yesterday by the former two-times Minister for Defence, Simon Coveney, was unforgivable. Coming out talking about the culture of the Defence Forces and the need for radical change when he was Minister twice, when he was responsible for the appointment of an Assistant Secretary-General in the Department of Defence for Human Resources. What policy was brought forward by that person being paid $146,000 a year over his term in that role? He's now gone. What policy did he bring forward? What policy have the Defence Forces ever refused to implement? We're in the middle of a lynching party. I come from Galway. I know what lynching is about. So to hell with the evidence. We had a senator speak here last week about, a criminal lawyer, said, I accept without question the report of the Independent Review Group. Nobody should accept without question something that has not been tested in a sworn inquiry, and that's what the Women of Honour want, that's what I want, and that's what every decent citizen in this country wants. But instead of that, it's much easier to stand up and throw rocks at people who cannot defend themselves. It is widely known the Defence Forces cannot speak publicly on anything that's said about them. So we have people who are really angry, who have no right of reply, and we have politicians coming together with civil servants denying the type of investigation. The Department of Defence set on protected disclosures. They set on the cultural issues that were highlighted by Tom Clonan's report. They stepped down the Independent Monitoring Group. Did Minister Coveney, when he was Minister for Defence, ask why is the Independent Monitoring Group, which was doing good work, why has it been set down? I really find it very, very difficult that nobody in this House is willing to stand up and say, let's have the statutory inquiry and then let's put those who are to blame, put them front and square in the centre and make them pay for what they did. But by standing up and having a go at the entire organisation, it is brutally unfair, and I reject it. Yesterday at Arbour Hill, the number of people who came to me and said, thank you, at least one person spoke out in our favour. I served with Defence Force people, decent, honest, hard-working people. I did not serve with women. I have no idea what happened when women came in. But I'll tell you one thing, I will not sit quietly and allow ministers come out and make statements without any proof to back it up.
Senator Craughwell raised this morning, and I think I agree with him on reading the response from the Women of Honour yesterday. There's a line, and it doesn't relate to just women, it relates to anybody that's, I suppose, looking for actions in legislation, is that nothing about us without us. And it seems bizarre that we have continued to draft terms of references for the women who were brave enough to bring their experiences to us. And I think I would support them seeking a tribunal, but just to acknowledge Senator Craughwell this morning.